Do you understand what's happening? The Habs win 3-2 in overtime. I don't understand. Hockey is such a dumb sport. Any team can win against any team on any given night for any given reason. And the Montreal Canadiens just did that 7 games in a row without being down. They led the entire 7 games. Like 400 plus minutes. I don't get this. What? What? This is what? I don't understand. I don't get this. I don't get hockey. Hockey, what? Where do I even start? I know where to start. Erik Gustafsson. Now, at the beginning of the series, I believe it was game 1. On the power play, he blows a tire, he lets shorthanded goal happen. Kind of lost a lot of faith in him after that, but we won 7 straight games with Erik Gustafsson in the lineup. Now, I'm not saying it's Erik Gustafsson, but it's Erik Gustafsson. And he just fakes out a shot at the point and scores. And I'm like, did we just score the first goal again? Again? I've never seen, as a fan of this team, I've been through the worst. This might be the best I have ever experienced as a fan of the Montreal Canadiens. Now, a few people have come up to me, on Twitter and in real life and said, why do you call it cesspool of sadness? If you had followed along the Montreal Canadiens season this year, you would agree. Damn, it is a sad, sad franchise, You want the coach out the front door, you want the GM gone tomorrow. And, a lot of that stuff still applies. But it's cesspool of sadness. It's going to stay like that. I'm not changing the title. You come up with a better one, and maybe I'll think about it. I don't get hockey. I don't understand it. And then Kulak makes it 2-0, and that wasn't the end of the game. I didn't think it was the end of the game. And Lehkonen tips it wildly past Hellebuck in the last minute of the first period, and it's 2-0. Twitter is losing its goddamn mind. Still, it is a cesspool of something, chaos. I don't know. And I can't do cesspool of chaos because if you do the abbreviation, it's. Think about it for 2 seconds. 2-0. And, Carey didn't have to make a lot of saves early. He didn't have to make a whole lot of saves the entire game. I feel like Winnipeg got less than 20. I don't even think they got a shot in overtime. And we will get to overtime. And then during the intermission on Sportsnet, they were talking about, I think it was Kelly Houdry. I probably butchered that, on Sportsnet, and he's like, they need like an underdog and somebody you wouldn't expect to show up. The last person I expected to show up for the Winnipeg Jets was Logan Stanley, an absolute behemoth, rips one past Carey, and I'm like, okay, it's a 2-1 game. And then, like 3 minutes later, he does it again, and he's having the best game of his career, bar none. And he was one of those prospects that I've always seen around, developing, and I'm like, it's been a little bit, and just seeing him on Showcase, that's awesome. Winnipeg, let me talk about the Winnipeg Jets, because that was the last offense they would see the entire game. Poor Hellebuck. Now Hellebuck knows what it feels like to be Carey Price in his prime. No offensive support, a lackluster defense, and just voodoo all around. Hellebuck had an amazing series. I don't think if there's one player who should get no blame this offseason, it's Connor Hellebuck. He had no support. The only other goalie I've seen get less support was Carey Price every playoff run before this. And now, Price seems to have support. You look up and down this lineup, and there are some heroes. Corey Perry, Eric Stahl, poor Jake Evans. I hope he's doing better. Lehkonen, just capturing magic from his days in Finland. Was it Finland? I know he's Finnish. What league did he play in Europe? I can't remember. But he had one of the best postseasons ever in that league, and I don't know. It seems like every player and their best is converging at the same time. And we won this series without Jonathan Drouin, who I hope is doing well, and Thomas Tatar is a healthy scratch. I don't get hockey. And I said it before. I said it last series. Yeah, Toronto should win this series. There shouldn't be any problem. Montreal won that, and I still haven't processed that. I feel like I will never process this postseason. It's going to take me a while. And then I guess I'll just talk about one of the most gorgeous overtime winners and one of the best celebrations I've seen in a very long time. Let's talk about Cole Caulfield and how 14 picks before him, 3 of those you can be like, yeah, they would make sense, but guys like Matthew Boldy and Cameron York went before one of the most prolific NCAA goal scorers of all time. He's yet to score a goal in this postseason. But you know what he does? Apparently, he's an elite playmaker. And he gets a puck, steals it off the boards. One of the best passes I've ever seen just in front of the net. Pierre-Luc Dubois. Oh my God. Pierre-Luc Dubois for Patrick Laine. How did you both lose that trade? How does that even happen? Hockey's a dumb sport. But I love it so much. It's like crack cocaine. I not like I know what that is, but I don't know. But you know what I mean, right? It's like a shot of adrenaline every time the stakes are set high in hockey. It's like your heart is going off, and I really wasn't all mentally prepared for this overtime. I'm like, if it goes like late, like 2 overtimes, it would kill me. It would age me 10 more years, and I don't want to be 30. That's 10 years from... That's 9 years from now. I'll be 21 at the end of the season. 7 years ago, I became a hockey fan, and I've said that a lot. Montreal Canadiens, Eastern Conference Finals. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I really wasn't a full-fledged fan back then. Now, I have some grit. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Have I seen it all? Because Tyler Toffoli, he wasn't too hot in the first round, but he's got like a 5 or 6 game point streak now, not quietly. He sets the Bell Center into chaos with just an absolute laser past Connor Hellebuck, and there was nothing he could do. It was one of the most perfectly placed hard passes and one-timers I've seen. And I continue to be in utter befuddlement, just dumbfounded, and I don't understand how Montreal is doing it, because the proof was in the pudding all season. I don't understand, because they would go on streaks where they just wouldn't do anything for a month and a half. The Habs are playing exactly like they were in the first 10 games of this season. And that was some of the best hockey I'd ever... Thank you, phone. I don't care. Is it a Twitter notification? Is it Philip Deneau eating more pizza like an absolute stud? I don't know how to process this. Just scroll through Habs Twitter for like 20 minutes and you'll know everything. Will you know everything? Because, I guess I got to just talk about cash money. And I've said that a lot. Cash money. What does that mean, Owen? Well, I've said it before, We weren't supposed to win the first round. Nobody had us winning. Nobody had the Habs win. Oh, they're going to come back. Nobody thought that in their right mind, because you'd be stupid if you thought that, or a prophet, vice versa. Nobody had Montreal winning, and Montreal loves being the underdogs in the playoffs. They like being like the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees. They think, look at us. And they're a historic team, but they always play like they are the underdogs. And it works perfectly. How did they get away with this? How did they do this? I'm still processing this. Maybe I should have done the video tomorrow. But I just don't understand this team, because they walk into Winnipeg and they take 2 straight. And they walk back into the Bell Center and they take 2 straight. Someone in the comments tell me, I don't get it. Everything is working right at the exact same time. Now, don't get me wrong, when Winnipeg tied it, or just Logan Stanley, because nobody else on Winnipeg did anything this series. I gotta take the headband off. It's off. I don't care. It's getting serious. Winnipeg should have been better. It's like they played their worst hockey all season, and Montreal decided to just play their best. Whatever you know about hockey, you're wrong. Simple as that. We're all wrong, because no one understands this sport. It is the weirdest sport on the planet, probably. You have a tiny vulcanized rubber puck, and you have sticks that you could murder someone with if you felt like it, Ron Hextall style. You have tiny blades strapped to your feet that you have to go 1,000,000 miles per hour on the ice, and try to score past a goalie with forwards and defensemen. And I feel like NFL and basketball is easier to predict, because the superstars have a bit more impact. They're on the field of play more often. Hockey players, 20, 30 minutes a night, depending on the game. And every line played like a first line. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. But we're heading to the semifinals for the first time since 2014. And I've seen a lot of people say, this feels like 1993. I don't know what that feels like. I've never experienced this kind of winning in my life. And I'm glad that I get to. I don't understand, because because Bruin fans knows what that feels like. Like long time Tampa Bay Lightning fans or Bruins fans or Red Wings fans know what that feels like, to be in that situation and have that stress and come out on top all the time. Montreal hasn't done this in a while. And, after this, it's cash money. It's cash money. Because you can say, I'm just excited for them to get absolutely tanked by Colorado or Vegas. Okay. Do you just hate fun? Like, who... I can understand, Leafs fans in Ottawa and all the Canadian teams, not rooting for the Canadiens, but how can you not like their story? The last team to qualify for a Stanley Cup playoff position, and they were the last team to win the first round, and they were the first team out of 31 to make it to the Final Four. That is an accomplishment. I don't care about the draft pick. I don't care about the offseason right now. That's a whole nother issue that I just don't care about, because the semifinals, I don't even know what that feels like as this kind of hockey fan, because I was 13 and 14 years old when the Habs did this the last time, and if you compare this Habs team to that one looks awful. Like the 2014 one, it was just not a great team, but everyone played like an all-star at exactly the same time. And I'm not trying to say this, but this iteration of the Habs doing the same thing, they have that magic, and I would sell my soul to see the Habs do the thing. I would pay so much money to be at the Bell Center. Seriously. I don't even know what that feels like, and to the crowd of 2,500, you made it feel like 25,000. Thank you. because I'm not sure if I'll ever experience that in my lifetime again. I hope I do, but whatever happens after, I'm proud. I'm proud of this team, our fans. Just it feels deserved after the crappy year and a half we've all had. Even if you're like a Canucks fan, it's cool to just see this story, unravel. And it's a Canadian team, so ultimately, Canadians like seeing Canadian teams win, even if you have a hatred for them. Deep down, Leafs fans, my God, on the timeline tonight, they are losing their minds. And Montreal, Kings of the North. Do they put up a banner? I feel like they should put up a banner for that. The Leafs shouldn't. The Habs should, right? Because if the Leafs do that, that's just sad. That's like what Nashville did, first round, or Central champs. But Montreal, and you can say, well, the North Division's crappy. Okay. Cool. You're no fun. You're not fun at parties. Stop. Why? They're just gonna get absolutely stomped. Probably. And I understand that. But I'm having fun. And I haven't had fun in a long time. For real. So this is really nice. And I didn't expect to be doing a third goddamn round for this Cesspool of Sadness series. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share this with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I will see you in round number 3 after 11 games in 19 days. I think as a fan base, we deserve maybe just a week off. Hey, Colorado, Vegas, beat the hell out of each other, please. Holy moly, I'm not prepared. Ciao.